Hello and welcome to Generational Wellbeing with Dr. Lum. Thank you for joining me here today where I provide you with simple practical tips on how to create sustainable healthy habits for you and your family for generations to come. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So today I'll be talking about creating healthy relationships at home, which will be the foundation for emotional well-being for your kids. So, recently with the last 2 years, so many changes have happened, and families are now spending a lot of time together, which is not necessarily a bad thing, actually an amazing thing. But also I've seen a lot of kids in clinic with sibling rivalry and having a hard time really bonding with each other, right? And those relationships are the foundation really to every other relationship. If you start helping your kids build those relationships with your siblings, it goes a long way with how to show up, how to resolve conflicts in the future, and how to relate with others outside of the home. So it is important to help them with that healthy foundation, building healthy relationships, and it also tells them to distinguish between healthy and unhealthy relationships, where in the future they can easily spot red flags and move away from certain situations and know what are the foundations of what it means to be in a relationship. So the first thing I'll say with establishing that is really finding that time to spend with each other. Meal times are really good because guess what? We all have to eat, right? It's not something we're adding necessarily to an extra activity to your normal routine, but just really extending it where we're habit stacking, right? Where we can have stuff where either as opposed to parent preparing the meals by themselves with everybody isolated in different areas of the house, we can get everyone involved. Depending on the age of your kids and your unique family dynamics, you choose what really works best for you. Because this is supposed to be a joyful process. This is supposed to be a family bonding process and not a stressful process. So really take it and make it your own. Whether it's having the kids wash vegetables or wash fruits or cutting or staring, as long as you're in there with them, you can start having those conversations with open-ended questions about how was your day, what happened today, and stuff like that. What are you grateful for today? What good thing happened to you today? And you want to have the open-ended questions so they answer. Now, sometimes though, when you start, a lot of times the kids may not respond, because this is new to them, this is strange to them, and they may be unsure of how to really answer you and stuff. And it's just like with any activity that you start, it's usually kind of uncomfortable, but the key here is persistency. And you want to be a part of it too. You want to be, sometimes you may have to go first, talk about your day, what were the great parts of your day, what happened today, and how you resolved the conflict, or what amazing things happened. That way they see that, and you can model how to answer and how to face or reflect on whatever happened the day before. And before you know it, as you start modeling those answers or responses to challenges, and the kids are going to eventually be able to open up and start talking to you about it. And I really say what you're grateful for too, because it is easy to come back home, oh, I'm so exhausted, I had a long day, and talk about all the negative stuff that happens, but we're not aware that as we start modeling and talking about the negativities, that's what they carry on to school too, where it's like everybody's bad, nothing works out for me. And that is like a defeating mindset to go through life with. So start by asking them, what are you grateful for today? What was the good thing that happened to you today? And model it and just show them how to do it. And as you connect to them and you see how they're responding, it's easier to really understand your kids, understand their needs, and really understand how to connect with them. Because a lot of times kids, all kids starting from infancy actually deserve or desire that connection with their parents, writing from when the kid is born, they're crying for you to hold them and pat them and be there with them, and that continues all the way to adulthood. So spending time with them during meal times, with prep time, and even activities after, depending on your child's age and interests. Secondly, you want to have some kind of schedule time, maybe once a week or twice a month, again, depending on your unique family setting, where you can really have that block time for them. What you're communicating to them with that is that you matter. I value, because the time is one of the things that, especially here in the States, is very rare to have. It's always busy, busy, busy. But blocking that time to say, I'm going to give this time and spend it with you. You are valuable to me. So once kids understand that they're valuable and they're an asset, as opposed to, oh, I don't have time to do that, and dismiss all the time, they internalize that and they start acting out. So spending time, family time, whether it's family movie night, you can have someone else, or each person takes a turn to pick out a movie, or you can have family game night where each person takes a turn to pick out a game. And you can have family, especially with the games, it's going to be an opportunity to see how you can walk well together as a family too, where you're trying to manage tasks or trying to solve puzzles together as a family. It goes a long way with teaching them with problem solving skills. And finally, volunteering, whether it's volunteering in the community, volunteering at your church, or even spending time outdoor activities where you go out to the park and spend time together and stuff like that. Just being intentional where you're doing stuff together and you are teaching them through managing through life challenges with that time together. So it's not like wasted time, but with that time, again, you're teaching them values that are going to walk with them through life. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave it in the question box. And again, this is Dr. Lum. Thank you for listening.